So the other day, my 330 gave me a code 27D3, firing cylinder 2, which is weird. I don't really know what that means because a normal misfire would be something like P0302 misfire in engine cylinder 2. But I changed my camshaft intake sensor in that car and it cleared that code along with two O2 sensor codes, which makes sense because that intake sensor tells the car how much gas and when to put it in. So if it was doing the wrong thing, the computer could have read a misfire or the O2 sensors weren't reading right. But anyway, I ended up buying new spark plugs and ignition coils to fix a misfire, but I'm going to change them in that car because I like that car more and I like to take better care of that one. And it's a really simple job. All you got to do is take off the cabin air filter. I'm gonna get my strut bar out of the way and take off these covers. The ignition coils are right there. It's a really simple job. There's no reason for you to bring your car to a mechanic to do that kind of work. But for me to do it, I gotta move my car over to my shed. I'm in my shed now, so let's get started. Most of y'all don't have a strut bar, and if you do, they all come off differently, so there's no point in showing you how to take that off. Mine was held on by 2 Allen screws. I already undid it, so now it's out the way. I also don't want to scratch that, so I'm gonna set that there. But take your cabin air filter off. It's just these 3 tabs. 3 tabs. Pull that out the way. Pull your cabin air filter out. And that is a T30 Torx holding it on. Just like that. 4 screws and get it out of the way. After you unscrew those 4, you're going to want to take and open up this piece right here. You have a wire running through there and get that out of the way. With that out of the way, you could pull your cabin air filter out. Like that. Now you have access to your covers and all. Pull these little tabs off if you're lucky enough to still have them. And underneath there is going to be 2 10mm bolts and 2 10mm nuts holding the covers on. So that's simple. With the 4 nuts and bolts removed, you can now remove your oil cap and just pull your covers off. There are your ignition coils right there. And anyone that complaining about my blue covers, my covers being painted, I have more engine covers up here. I got engine covers here. I got boxes of car parts over there, expansion tanks, pulleys, all kind of stuff. Could always put this car back. So, take the ignition coils out. It's just going to be pull it up, unhook, and pull. That is done. Before you move on, put your oil cap back on just for safety. You don't want to drop anything in there. To get the spark plug out, I have a spark plug socket and I'm using 3 extensions. I really need to get one long one, but I don't have that. Work with what you got. Go down there, find it, and I have already loosened it, obviously. So let me just take it out now. I loosened it up. And there's a spark plug. And it really doesn't look that bad. I don't know what kind of maintenance the last owner did to this car. I bought it in 2019, but I really got lucky with this one. It was in immaculate condition. So I'm gonna take my new spark plug and put it on my socket. I know I'm shaking y'all around a little. Put it right back in there. With your new spark plug tightened in place, all you do now is drop your new ignition coil in, plug it in there, lower the cap, and it is done. Repeat that 5 more times, and you just changed all your ignition coils and spark plugs. Now I have all new spark plugs and ignition coils. That took about 35 minutes from start to where I'm at now. I still have to put my engine covers back on, put my cabin air filter in, put my strut bar on, and that is it. Job done. So the car's all put back together now. I have some extra ignition coils in case something goes wrong later, but I noticed that somebody changed one. Don't do that. Use 6 of the same. It's cheaper to buy a pack of 6 online than it is to buy one at an auto parts store. Nothing left to do now but start the car. There was nothing wrong with this car. I just felt like changing that. These cars are old. Take care of them. And there it is.